Yeah, it is. I'm just going to do it like this because it's just easier.
Okay, and I'm going to do it like this.
Okay.
Because I don't know. Is it easier?
I don't know. It's just I don't know.
It's good enough. Okay, on my clip. And I can't. All right. Okay.
That's good.
All right, you ready? Here we go.
You're listening to the podcast where we talk about life, sports, family, and everything in between. Welcome to Just Talking Out Loud with your hosts, Ron and Terry.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Just Talking Out Loud. I'm Ron.
And I'm Terry.
And it is great to be with you today. How you doing, Terry?
Pretty good.
Okay, good. Can you not hear me?
I can hear you. I just wasn't expecting you to ask me.
Just want to see how you're doing.
Seems you've been with me all day.
I thought this is, this kind of got me a little bit excited for retirement because we did a lot of stuff today in a very bad, it's not a great day to be doing stuff.
Well, just dropping the car off and picking it up.
Well,
coming home, I really wanted to go up the hill, but you saw the traffic and it was so slushy.
Right. It was.
So that plow was coming down, and so I just pulled out in front of him. And then when I got to Oak Springs, I was sorry I went that way because it was bad there where you go into the mall or Bob Evans and stuff.
It was just taking forever, though, to get
out of there.
To get out of there. So going down was the smart way to do it.
I mean, I didn't know if I'd have to wait another half an hour to get out of there going up the hill.
Yeah.
And up the hill, once you got where it was clear, I mean, we knew Oak Springs because we came in that way. Or not Oak Springs, whatever that back road is.
Yeah, that's right. Isn't that Oak Springs?
No, Oak Springs is the one we turned on to.
No, I don't know.
On the way home in front of Big Lot.
That's not Oak Springs Road?
Oak Springs Road is the one that the mall, like I would turn to go to my work when I worked at the bank, and Big Lots is on.
Yeah. Isn't that what you just said?
But no, the one behind where the soccer field.
Oh, that's crap. I should know that. But anyway,
yeah,
that was not bad. That was actually
that was good. That's why I wanted to go back through Giant Eagle because once you got out of the parking lot, that was all clear. That way.
Yeah, that was pretty good. But my thought was, what I was thinking is we got so much done today, and it's kind of nice to have the day to do those things, to try and get stuff done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that works every day, but not that you're not busier. You're probably busier now than you were when you were working.
Years ago. And when I was home with kids. I mean, with kids kept me busy, but like you say, I have 3 days a week to do whatever. It doesn't seem like that.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. Not really.
I'm busy with other things.
Yeah. Because there's always something to do. There's always something going on. You don't have the day just to. It doesn't seem. It used to be. Maybe I'm wrong, but it seemed like you could take a day, but lately we just don't even have a day without having something going on.
Yeah, I mean, today we took the car.
Or we're looking for dresses.
Oh, yeah.
You want to talk about wedding dresses and looking for dresses?
I don't want to irritate anyone.
No. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, just trying to find, it's just trying to find the right.
It's just that I thought I would just go shopping and whatever I found, that would be it. And
I don't even know if that would.
It's made it difficult.
Yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. And we just, we're getting there.
I mean, I think you were really mad the other day when I didn't
mad,
buy one, but I didn't. You were very irritated with me. You wanted me to just buy the $600 dress.
But I know. I wasn't mad though. I knew that's what you were going to do because that's what you do. You're not going to buy the first thing, and that's fine. The problem is now finding the dress you want.
And the thing about it is that neither of the materials of those dresses, no, the second one was more stretchy than the first one, the one with the thing around the waist.
Just a little looked like a belt, but it wasn't.
It was more stretchy, felt like more of something that could hold Beckett on my hip.
That's still one of my favorites, that one.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
And that's why I'm still thinking about that one.
That one, as I look at it.
As
I
as
like it.
comfort and having to have, I mean,
it
we're
had
going to have
both.
kids. We're going to have kids
Yeah,
that day
yes,
too.
we are.
You know,
Yeah.
it's not like, I mean, our whole family is going to be there probably sitting at our table to eat,
Right.
which means Beckett and Fenn are going to want us.
And what we're talking about is our son's getting married August 9th, and the kids are in it, and everybody's in it, which is
Yeah.
great. And,
Yes, it is nice.
And but yeah, we're trying to find for her. I really need to check my suit out to see
You
if
need
it,
to see if
to see if it
fits.
actually works. Or fits. I better find that out. Anyway, welcome to February, and we had some really nice episodes. We got a chance to do the MRE and the chip challenge. If you haven't had a chance to check those out, please do. We had a lot of fun
Doing them.
doing those, and the chips were actually running out of time because they were Thanksgiving type chips. So you might want to give that a listen. But yeah, we had a lot of fun doing those, and hopefully we'll come up with some more. They want to do another MRE part 2. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, here we are in February.
Still wanted to do the Krispy Kreme donuts from that one. They were
I know.
ice cream donuts, and we
Yes.
couldn't get them at our Krispy Kremes.
Nope.
I would have loved to even got them, when we go on vacation or something, and
Yeah,
done that, because I think that would have been really fun trying. Oh, that doesn't taste like orange sherbet at all. Or,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
yep. That would have been nice to be able to try the newer. Maybe this year they'll come out with some that we can.
they
that'd be
need to
for
get them
us.
in our local one, though, so that we can try them and see if we like them.
Yeah, exactly. So here we are in February, which is the love month. Is that what they call this February? Because it's Valentine's Day. It's coming up. We'll talk more about Valentine's Day closer as we get closer. It's kind of hard to, for me, it's just hard to believe we're already
To Valentine's.
into February.
February.
The months are just, this is how fast it's going to go. But we've also had some snow, which we haven't had in a while. So we've been dealing with that.
Last few years, we've
We've
been
been-
warmer.
Yeah.
The
warmer.
year we moved Mom and Dad up here, we didn't have any snow or cold. And he had his bed by his sliding glass door, and he just thought it was great.
Yep. Yeah, this is
I
true.
think we might have had an inch or a dusting of snow one day. And he
We're-
said, "Oh, look how pretty it is." And
Yeah.
that was it. I mean, it was never
We're definitely due. We were due for
a bad winter.
a
yeah.
winter. So anyway, you got February, which is Love Month, but apparently, and I missed this. This is just a story that I caught today, as a matter of fact. And this is the day you might want to arrive with flowers to your significant other. Apparently, back in January, they say that the first working Monday of 2025 means it's divorce day, the day of the year you're most likely to get dumped. So not just divorce, but get dumped. And they say it's not clear.
The first working Monday of the new year.
Of the new year. And they're saying it's not, I mean, they're not saying it's true or not true, but they're saying that a lot of stats show that January does deserve the title of divorce month, because they did this study, and it says that they looked up these things on Google, and it says quickie divorce, and there were more than double of that just for January, the month of January. And experts think it's because people tend to avoid breakups
over
during
the
November.
holidays.
Exactly. In December, because you want to get through the holidays and all the stress, and you don't want to, let down
Put
your
another
significant
stress on
other.
there.
And
So you wait till right after the
so-
holiday and say, "I want a divorce."
And then the first working Monday gets the divorce day title, because the added
That's
stress
the day
of going back to
they
work.
put the divorce papers in at the lawyer's
Yeah,
office.
exactly. So they say, in other words, it's good day to toss out a random compliment or do something nice for your partner.
I would think that would be a good breakup time too, because if you're dating someone and they weren't into the holidays or got you nothing or got you something that you thought was really like not thoughtful,
Yes.
then you're thinking, do I want to be with this person for the rest of my life? They're not very thoughtful. And
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
That's why when you're dating, the presents are kind of important.
They are. I think so.
At least know that I thought of you. This is something you like. Well, it's either the color you like or it's the,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yep.
Because
No, I got it.
if it's something like you look at it and you think, oh God, he doesn't know me at all. Now that's okay if you just started dating, but if
Right.
you've been dating almost a whole year and they got you something that's just
What do you do in a situation? Like I was trying to think when we were dating and we were getting to know each other. What did we get each other? Isn't that funny? We're talking.
I can't
Hey, this
remember.
year we're talking 40
well, because
years
we
ago.
started dating about homecoming time, so that was in the fall.
Yeah,
so we
it was-
didn't have that much time to get to know each other before the first Christmas.
I think
the
I got you a
sec-
ring.
No, the second Christmas you got me
Is that what
a
it was?
ring.
Okay.
The second
So I
Christmas you
waited a
got me
little
the
bit
ring.
longer.
But the first Christmas, I can't remember what we bought. Was that the Smurf?
Yeah, because I think so. I
You
think
got
it
me a
was- I
stuffed
think it was
Smurf
a
that says, "Do you
Smurf.
want to Smurf around?"
It's just funny that we're talking in April. We're going to be talking 40 years. 40
That's
years.
marriage.
Marriage.
Plus, we have 4
Plus
years.
4 or 5 years of dating.
See,
Or, wow.
at least 2, 3, 3 maybe. Trying to think.
That's amazing. At least 3, because in my junior year,
Junior, senior, and then 1
or did I do my
to
sophomore?
April. It's probably 3 years. We dated probably 3.
So 43 years we've been together.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild to think of that
Yeah.
in a way?
Mm-hmm.
It's wild. It's been 40 years.
It's been our whole life.
And you know, we have 3 boys. 3, I shouldn't say boys. 3, well, they're boys.
They're
They're
men
boys.
now.
I
They're
know,
all
but
men.
They'll always be my
The
my boys.
youngest is 29.
I know. And the oldest is going to be 40. No,
Yeah.
38. 38.
This
'cause
week.
80, 20. Yeah. Wow. Back in January, he turned 38.
Yeah.
Because in 20,
Yeah.
because in
38.
27, he'll be 40.
Yeah.
So he turned happy birthday, a little belated.
38. 38.
But happy
yeah.
birthday, RJ and Janet. Happy birthday to her too,
Mm-hmm.
even though we're a little late. And the reason being is Terry and I, with our schedules, we never know when is going to be a good. We try to be consistent,
We try to do this on Monday nights.
but sometimes, and so in order to do that, it's we've kind of pushed ourselves a little bit ahead. So we've had some episodes,
Right. Because Mondays, I also go to Pittsburgh.
right.
So if I would get caught in a traffic jam or if
Mm-hmm.
someone would have an accident in front of me, I'm not going to get home till 6 or after.
Now, I don't want you to get upset with this, but this is my thought. When you do that, and we do it on Mondays,
Mm-hmm.
you're tired, and
I
I notice a difference over the last.
I don't talk as much.
Yeah, over the last 2 episodes we've had, you've been really, I mean, you just really been invested. And that's not saying you weren't invested before. I'm just saying when you're tired, it takes a lot out of you.
Well, I'm with kids all day. And then I get in the car and I just, and
Right.
then I've sat
gonna-
on the way home and
I'm
I'm
going to
just,
make noise. I'm sorry, folks, but I have to clip this because it's kind of driving me crazy. I'm holding it and my arm's getting, I don't know how you're holding that.
but
It's,
so, yeah, the drive home tires me out, I think,
Yeah,
as
it
much
does.
as the kids.
and that's okay. I mean, there's nothing
So
wrong
that's
with
why
that.
I see why RJ doesn't want to move further away and have to drive to Pittsburgh every day.
I can understand that too.
I
for
mean,
sure.
because you figure if he has to drive, that's going to take him another half an hour to an hour of driving time in the morning and at night. So he'd have to leave the house by 8 and he wouldn't get home till 6. I mean, he wants to enjoy his kids while they're little.
Yeah.
So as long as he can be there, and I see why he's hanging with this job too, you know.
Right. Yep.
Right now he lives close. Right now they're letting him work from home most of the time. But he said in the spring he's going to have to
He
go
is.
back 5 days a week. But something may change just because he's on a different team. He's not on a local team.
Well, yeah, and I think it's changing though. The whole landscape is changing back to the way it used to be. Don't you? Do you feel that way?
Back to work, you mean?
Yeah. At least
I think
4
a lot
days.
of the companies, but it depends on what you're doing because a lot of the companies realize that if you can sign online at home, sometimes they may be more productive. You know why? You don't have someone in the next cubicle. You don't go to lunch and start gabbing to someone and carry it over. And I think some of that is less productive in the office.
Oh yeah, there's
Like
right.
Lauren's job. She's
Yes.
medical billing.
Yep.
If they have someone's birthday and they have a cake, and they probably get less done that day than they do on the days that they're home.
Yeah.
I mean, even with her kids. And I'm anxious to see what she did today, you know.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think she could easily put in a half a day on days like this if, you know, RJ gets up and helps.
Right. And I just think the landscape is changing. People do want, well, we've always been 3 days. And I'm just wondering if it's going to change back to 4.
To 4 or 5.
A lot of companies are wanting people back in the office. I understand that too.
I mean, her company let them be home long before COVID.
Right.
She was at home working before COVID, which I think is great for having kids. And her kids are pretty good, I think. I mean,
Oh, they're real good.
the only time she would really have to be interrupted is if she's on a phone call or in a meeting, and Fen is potty trained, but
Right.
needs help. And when he says, I gotta go, you would have to stop, because otherwise you're going to have a mess to,
Right.
you know.
Yep. So we've been talking about divorce January. Well, let's talk about wanting to build some trust in your romantic relationship. What do you think? This is funny because this is kind of way out there a little bit, but there's something you can do to really build trust in a romantic relationship. And it doesn't have to do with like touchy-feely, kissy anything. It's just something you can do. It's something you can share with your partner that you, some people would not want to do. Any ideas?
It would
I don't know
bring
how to-
trust to the relationship.
Yeah, apparently this is, if you want to build a romantic relationship, it says sharing this really builds trust. And I just found it funny when I found out what it was, because we have a friend of ours that does not like to share that at all with anybody.
Oh,
And
your drink.
No, with even with his significant other knew it, and she would say it out loud.
Passwords.
Yes. Isn't that funny? If you share a password, they found that 28% of men, 17% of women trusted their partners more after sharing their social media passwords with each other, just by sharing their passwords. Isn't that funny?
Well,
A lot of
because then
people-
you can check their social media accounts. And so they have nothing to hide on there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm saying I have nothing to hide on there from you.
Yeah, that's true. Or you also trust them with your password. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's-
because you could go on there and post, I hate so-and-so,
Right.
and ruin relationships.
Yeah, but I mean, just
It
trusting.
would look like you're
But
posting.
we're talking about passwords that might be involved with your who knows what.
Oh, well, yeah, that was a banking password, I
Yeah,
think.
it's totally different.
But he was like, don't tell
Yeah,
them
what are you
my
doing?
bank is.
Yeah,
I
it was
was
just-
like they're not going to get in
Right,
there. They
we're-
don't, you know.
Yeah, we're not going to go and look, but it's just funny that when I saw that, I saw passwords. I just thought it was funny. Currently,
Oh, I knew when you give me that.
yeah,
when you said,
I
"Oh, no, it's
I
something."
knew I had to give you
that
more.
drinks and like
Yeah. I kind of knew I had to give you more, but according to the survey, 47% said that they share their passwords with their better halves. The only thing I can say is
we wrote ours down in a
I
book.
wrote everything down for Terry because it's hard. It's getting
we
very
have
hard for
too
me.
many things to remember them in.
And you're not supposed to use
The same one all
yeah.
the time.
So I try and change it up. And
I
that's
don't
hard.
know what my exercise one is. I can't remember,
I don't even know
what
if
I
I
put
have
in
that
there.
one written down.
and I don't. And it's a login one. And so if I ever break that computer, I'll have to start all over.
Because it automatically comes up right whenever you go.
Yeah,
into it.
I just hit save in the computer, and I don't know what it is.
I might have it written
So if I'm
down.
ever not on that computer, like if I want to do it on my phone, or if I want to do it, sign into another computer through my email or something,
Yeah,
I can't get in it because I don't know the
I'm
password.
going to have to look that one up. I'm
So
pretty
we
sure I
have to
wrote it
take
down.
that computer when we're going someplace if I
Okay.
want to exercise.
In April, we might be going to,
Yeah.
hopefully the weather's nice. This has got me scared with the weather we have had lately.
Well, we'll wait and see what
Yeah,
the weather
we'll see.
forecast is when it gets closer.
I've got bad news for you, Terry. This is bad
Because if
news.
the weather is going to be rainy the whole time, there's no sense
There's no
of
sense in
driving
going.
over.
No, there's no sense in going 8 hours. We'll just chalk it up. It didn't cost us nothing.
No.
Chalk it up and we'll go in.
See if
July.
they have another day. Or we could see if they have a week right behind or buff ahead of ours. Go 2 weeks.
Oh, you mean we'll have to pay for that, but
No, I mean,
I can't change it.
you can't change
No.
it. No, it's either that week or we lose it.
Yeah.
See, that's bad. I don't think it should be that way because
It's not fair because we got screwed out of the,
week last year.
and we had to pay for a place to.
So it's either that week or nothing. We can't change that
No.
week. You
No.
could have changed it if you called right back and said, we didn't realize that was Easter.
Yeah, probably.
Probably could have changed it then,
I-
but now it's in the
It's
books.
stuck.
It's
Yeah, I'm stuck with it.
okay.
Sorry. So I don't know what.
Because the other thing I might have rather done for our 40th is like go on a cruise again. I would have loved to do that, I think.
Yeah, well, we'll have to plan something.
Especially something tropical like the Bahamas,
Bahamas would be
or
nice.
Jamaica or just anything.
Yeah.
Bermuda. I don't know about Bermuda. I don't know.
Bahamas. I think the
Bahamas,
would be good.
Yeah, I think it would be.
We went to Bermuda. No, where we
no,
go
we went to the Bahamas.
Bahamas. That's right. We went to the Bahamas. Yeah, it was nice.
Mm-hmm,
It was fun. It was fun. And that was just a short trip. It was only a couple.
3 days.
Yeah.
And like we could take this time because we have the week off, we could take a 5-day or a 7-day
True.
and actually have an excursion where you park at different island and you could go on an excursion, like a shopping excursion or
Well,
something.
Diane is our cruise queen, so we'll ask her how.
Well, ask her.
She
how-
does, cruises twice a year.
She
has
finding
short
good
ones and long
deals in
ones.
them.
Yeah, she does really good.
She finds
She knows what to look for now, I think,
and good deals and
and where
stuff.
she wants to go,
Mhm.
and that's important too. What's going to keep both of them interested, and
Yeah,
so that's pretty good.
ones that have something for both of them.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Before we go to break, I have bad news, Terry. There's probably something on your phone, more than likely,
That I don't like.
a smartphone. So yeah, you won't like this. Researchers are saying that 1 in 6 smartphones has fecal matter on it. So more than likely you got poop on your phone at some point.
That's gross.
And mainly because we take it into the bathroom with us, probably.
And yeah, I had.
Or you forget to
I-
wash your hands. How do you forget to wash your hands?
I don't forget to wash my hands, but I have been playing a game and taking it into the bathroom, like I was doing the parking lot this morning.
Yeah,
and
Terry was so mad. I'm not blaming anybody, but she was so mad today because she was playing a game. She got 2 phone calls, ended up in last place, and then had all these commercials, couldn't get out of the commercials. She was just so angry. And then about 10 minutes later, she's back in first place and she's all happy again. So for those that called, you're off the hook because she's back in first place.
I was in a race.
I know, but they don't know that when they call you.
I know. And then they both talked for quite a while. And I was like, I'm trying to get off the phone.
Yeah. So I'm trying something different with microphones, and this is probably the last time I'll do it.
Why? I
'Cause
don't
it's-
mind this at all.
Well, I might let you do that, and I'll do the mic because I can't.
And see if it works out
It's,
well.
it's the sound is driving me nuts, and it's not when you listen to it, it'll be fine, but it's this. It acts. I
Well,
think
I
it's,
sound kind of echo in
but
mine.
you don't when you're
but
on.
you don't sound that way in mine.
See, well, whatever. But anyway, we're trying something different. I was hoping this would work. It is. I think it will work if I just eliminate those altogether and
Then don't listen. Yeah.
and don't listen to it. But there's something going on in these headphones. This just the echo is driving me nuts.
Yeah.
And here's the thing:
Sounds like you're in a tunnel.
people will they'll say, and I don't know if it has anything to do with because of being on air and trying to have the best sound you can have. But when you for instance, in some things, and this is something I'm going to have to get used to, if we start doing video, there's going to be this lag, and it might be like a second or two behind. That I had that on my.
That would drive me nuts.
When I had my radio station and there was this lag, so I would be live, but when I was talking, I would hear it would be a second or two later what I was saying. So it was causing me to. I was
Stop.
trying, yeah.
Like
I had to stop
pause.
because I'm thinking, why am I hearing
I'm
that back?
losing my place.
Oh my gosh, I had to eliminate the headphones. And the problem with eliminating the headphones is I don't know what it sounds like for sure, even though it was sounding crappy anyway. It just makes, I don't know. It's just a whole, when I did the very first voiceover for where I work, I didn't have that, but I just had this feeling, is this sounding right? Is this, and the more you do,
Well, especially if you're doing something that you know is for a purpose and
Yes.
it's going to be heard by
right.
people, then you're like more apt to think, oh, you want it to sound good.
Right. And the more I listen
Because
to
they have
it,
to sit through it. You don't want to be monotone. You don't want to put people to sleep.
right.
You don't want to,
And the more I listen to it, the worse
and that
it
was like a
got.
training type thing.
It was
so
training.
you don't, and I have sat through a lot of trainings when I worked for the school district that you're going to sleep. It's like, what? I didn't get nothing out of that because I couldn't follow you because you were just boring, monotone.
Yeah, it's very monotone.
If you go to this, you click on that, like, oh, cool. And then I'm trying to write it down, what pertains to me.
Because there's going to be a test probably, right? You have
Some of them
testing.
do have a test.
Yeah, ours does too. We'll be
And
going
then-
through that here.
And then I wasn't worried about it except for the parts that pertain to me in certain programs because there's certain things that I do every day that I had to learn how to do differently now because they changed programs on us or whatever. And yeah.
So anyway, that was it's just a whole sound thing. I hope this sounds okay. We'll figure it out when we go to put it on the air. When we go to break, we're going to go to break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about something you can do to perform better on cognitive tests. So if you're getting ready to take a test, there's something you can do that'll really help you perform better.
I haven't taken tests except for video tests after you.
Way back in
Well, I was at school, like when you're
Yeah.
doing a training.
I still take them. We'll be taking them here this month.
Will you be taking more?
We do some testing that they do, like for if you're on pad, stuff like that.
That like safety and
Correct. And then they'll have like
your what do I want to call it?
the safety one I did is not a.
What is? Why can't I think of it? When you're in the warehouse and you were on the
tow motor.
tow motors, do
Yeah.
you keep that
It's
up?
every 3 years.
But do
So I
you
think I
keep?
still have 2 more years or.
Okay,
every year.
but do you'll keep that up
Yeah.
just in case you ever have to run one?
Well, yeah. Sometimes you have to run the little. I probably won't do the bigger one, but
But like if you were down at
the little. Yeah.
at
if I
any
had
of the
to.
truck yards and you had
Yes.
to do a tow motor, then at least your tow motor license would
Yeah,
be
I'll have
up.
those licenses. It's just. Yeah.
So you'll
should
keep
keep
them
those
up.
up.
Yeah, you should. I mean, you should just in case. Well, look, they had 2. They were 2 down
Yeah.
people, and they had to have someone there to let the truck drivers in.
Exactly. All right, so we come back. We'll talk about that and whatever else pops up. We'll be right back. So you want to start a podcast. Maybe you're listening to the show today and you're thinking to yourself, boy, that would be fun. And I have a lot of things I want to talk about. Maybe today is the day. Maybe you're looking for a new marketing channel, or you have a message that you'd like to share with the world, or you just think it would be fun to have a talk show. Now, it is a lot of fun just talking to your friends. Maybe you have ideas about sports, life, or whatever your passion is. Today's the day. Podcasting is easy, it's inexpensive, and it's a fun way to expand your reach online. And where should you go? Buzzsprout. It's hands down the easiest, and it's the best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. And your show, believe it or not, can be online and listed in all the major podcast directories in minutes, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcast, and you wouldn't believe how many more there are. And they make it simple to join all of them. Podcasting is not hard when you have the right partners, and Buzzsprout is the team to join. They are passionate about your success. You can join over 1,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout. We're one of them. We've been on Buzzsprout from the beginning, and I'm so glad I joined up. I had a little bit of an issue, emailed a customer service rep, and they got back to me within 5 minutes, and they had me calm down. It wasn't that hard, and what I was doing was my fault. So here's all you got to do. Click on the link in the show notes. It tells Buzzsprout we sent you. You can support our show. And if you get a paid plan, you get a $20 gift certificate from Amazon. Now, here's some other things that Buzzsprout provides. Like, you get a great looking podcast website. Now, a lot of people think, oh, I got to get a website, got to pay for that. No, you don't. They provide it for you. Also, they have audio players. Maybe you have a website. And all you want to do is promote your show on your own website. You can do that with their audio players. And you can also drop it into other websites and on Facebook or Twitter. And they help you do it all. Believe me, Buzzsprout is the way to go. They've helped me immensely, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. So maybe today is a day for you to start your podcast. And if you do, check out the link below in the show notes and get a $20 Amazon gift card. So you were just talking about taking your phone into the bathroom with you. A lot of people do. Apparently people like do Wordle. I've never tried the Wordle game. I don't know what that is exactly. It's a game.
It's kind of like your Wordscapes or
Wordscapes
whatever.
and stuff. And apparently it's not gross. It's actually a winning strategy. A new study has found that people perform better on cognitive tests when they poop beforehand. Don't know exactly why, but apparently the study looked at both athletic performance, where quick decision making is necessary, and straightforward brain teasers like being shown flashcards with the word red written in green ink or being asked to name the color. On the scale of 100% of participants perform better after having a laxative-induced bowel movement, and most of them did better after having a natural number 2. So if you had to have the pill, you did okay. But if you just naturally went number 2, you did better on tests, which is kind of weird to me. I don't know exactly why that would have any type of what would be the
effect on
reason.
there. I don't know.
Now, here's the reason. Researchers believe pooping gives your body more energy to spend on cognition and exercise intensity. They recommend pooping 60 to 90 minutes before a big event for better, faster, and smarter decision making. Is that why they always say you have to go to the bathroom before we get in the car? Is that why they do that?
I don't know. I just remember sometimes on the way to soccer games, can you find some place to stop? I got to drop a deuce.
I got to drop a deuce. Well, you could be in the car like you were. What was it? Your mom wouldn't pull over.
I was coming home from church.
This is way back. This is you.
Way back.
You need to know each
I'm
other.
like, but I had a stomach ache, and I was given down with the stomach flu, and she would not pull it over. And I'm like, I'm going to throw up or I'm going to poop in your car. My stomach is killing me. You need to stop someplace. She would not.
She wouldn't do it. She would not do it. Well, this is the same lady that blew up your engine, so
Yeah.
it's not really that. It sounds about
Right. Yeah.
sounds about right what you do. Now, this is for the bosses, just to encourage your employees. Hit the bathroom right before clocking in, and that way they'll be more apt to do really well at work when you clock in. Because I don't know, do they want you to poop before you clock in, so they're not paying you to poop? That would be my thought. Like, you wouldn't want to pay
Just
somebody
you're
to poop.
more apt to get more done. Maybe you're more ambitious right afterwards.
You think?
So the first half an hour of your work, you're going to get a lot done.
Well, if bosses want people to do well, then they're going to have to accept that they're going to have to poop. Pooping is, well, everyone poops. We read the book.
Oh, wait, I've read
read it a lot.
I read it every time
Yep.
Fenn's on the potty.
Yeah, he does.
As
like
a matter of fact, he takes his finger and tells we all poop on the potty. And he knows on certain pages, he knows what the big it says. And he'll say, sometimes he's not underneath the right thing, but he knows what it says. He's got the book memorized.
I know, he's just weird to think of him
And he
being
even
3 and
knows,
pooping.
he says, some fish eat whale poop. Ew, yuck.
Yeah, he does say that. Yeah, he did that to me too. So anyway, well, I'm going to the next subject, if you will. Playing the drums. There's a cliche in the rock scene that they say drummers are always the forgotten members of the band, because the drums, even though I love
The
drums,
drums.
I love it. I've always, even when I was a kid, I always wanted to learn how to
You
play the
should have
drums. I wish I
Taking
had.
drums.
I always wanted to learn how to play the drums. Anyway, And a lot of people say the drums aren't quite as exciting as a guitar, and they say it don't demand the same attention as a mic stand. But the drums are important because if
They
the
keep
drums
the
are out
beat.
of beat, everybody's out of beat, right?
Right. Yeah.
It turns out that if your kid wants to pick up a rock instrument, they say drums could be the thing for their brain. Apparently, a team of researchers analyzed a group of seasoned drummers' brains, and they discovered that playing the drums changes one's brain structure. Drummers' motor brain areas are organized more efficiently and also appear to have fewer than normal, but also thicker connecting fibers between the two halves of the brain. And here's where I was thinking about this, because I was watching the drummer at church. He was really good. He's very good. He's got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of times you have both feet going. You're trying to keep, the beat with the bass drum, but you got your hands going. You got the cymbals going. The toms. You're hitting everything. And I do believe that your brain, because you're trying to tell the parts
Your
of you gotta tell
hands,
your arms and
feet,
your hands.
everything to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you got to work in a
This one's
certain
going
order.
tickety tick tick tick.
Yeah.
And this one's going boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
It's really weird that they're finding this out. It was observed that drummers' brains were less active while performing motor tasks in comparison to the control subjects. Essentially, this means the brain of a veteran drummer is more efficiently organized and connected, meaning it does not need as much energy to work, which kind of makes a little bit of sense, only because when you think about what they have to do, depending on the song, there's a lot going on.
Did they have any studies, like if they quit drumming, like does it
Yeah, it doesn't go
stay
into
with
that.
them,
Does it stay
or
with
does
them?
it? Yeah, or like, because I know people who drum, like maybe in high school were drummers, and then
Kind of got away from it.
yeah, and then they, and I don't know if it's hard to pick back up, like like a bicycle.
Is
Once
it like
you
riding a
ride,
bike?
you always have it,
Right.
which I don't think that it would always if you had like an injury or something. Like my left foot has never worked the same as it did. I have nerve damage in it.
Right.
So like if you had to have a shoulder surgery or something, or you know what I mean, you may not ever be able to be
Well,
quite as quick with that arm. You know what I mean?
I was just watching a documentary of Phil Collins, because Phil Collins and Genesis is one of my favorite bands and solo artists, and he can't play the drums anymore. He's had so many his back is so bad.
Back
His son
injuries.
plays drums, or was actually playing drums for him when they were on tour. His son was playing, and they were doing a documentary on Phil Collins, and he's really aged. But it was fun to listen to him, and he doesn't even like his own music, so that was kind of weird. He doesn't even
He's
like Genesis
critical
music.
of his
He's
own.
very critical. But they were setting up all his old drums, and he would tell him it was a very good documentary. I didn't get to see the whole thing. I saw most of it. It's like 2 hours long, and I don't know. He hasn't drummed in a while, but he can't even. I don't even. He was sitting behind a drum kit, but he never drummed, so it must hurt still. His back whenever he was trying to drum. But I wonder. It's a good point. Like, if you were to stop playing, how about even guitar? I mean, does that something that just sticks with you, or like piano,
I think like
or is it
you
different?
like you would remember the chords and the guitar. You know what I mean? The main,
Right.
but you might not be able to perform the same songs. Like if you have to switch your fingers real fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That those things come from practice. So that something you might have played really well, you might have to practice a while before you could get it back.
Right.
You know
That's
what
a
I mean?
good point about the drums, I think. Is it something you just, like you said, is it just like a bike and you
Like 16th notes.
pick up the
They're-
sticks and boom,
You know,
you go right at it? Or does it depend on also, like, or does it matter if you didn't go, like, if a lot of people pick up an instrument and don't even learn the actual, like, sheet
music to it. Yeah.
right?
I mean, a lot of people can just,
They just
do it by
play.
sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Zachary does by
Yeah.
sheet music and sound. I mean, he had to learn that because one of the pastors that he was with, they had 20 minutes to learn what they were singing that morning, or,
don't you-
what they were doing that morning. And so he would have a, what do you want to call a guitar sheet what would it be? Like, what do you call that? It was a different sheet. It has your chords in front of it. He would have the chord sheet in front of him, but if he was rhythm or lead guitar, he had to listen to that music and pick it up
Right.
and be able to play it in 20, 30 minutes. So,
Do you think it helps if you were to, let's say, if you were piano and that's how you learned, you actually went and had lessons on piano, does that help you with another instrument? In other words, does that help because
I think so.
you lose
Like, especially the piano, because the piano, you have chords where you're doing more than one key at a time in the chords.
right.
So that might teach you chords for the guitar. Like you may understand why you're pushing more than one string for certain chords. I think it would help you, not like I played the clarinet. I did have different finger motions for different
But that didn't apply to another
different
instrument.
notes. But the clarinet, the saxophone, and the flute, I could play any one of them if I had a fingering chart in front of me.
Oh, okay.
Because like an open is a G on the clarinet. I
Okay.
can't remember the saxophone and
It's a different.
it might be like a first thumb and finger on one of them. And it might, you know what I mean?
Right.
So if I had a fingering chart, they all use the same fingers. I could probably in 20 minutes pick up an easy song.
Do you think you'd be able to play the flute today?
The flute?
Yes. Is that what you?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
The
You played
flute.
the clarinet.
I played the clarinet.
That's
I
what
could
I'm
play
saying.
the clarinet.
I meant the clarinet.
I don't know if my mouth would be tight enough because you have to
Sorry.
hold your
Yeah,
mouth
I
tight
know.
around
Yeah,
it
yeah.
to make it, especially for high notes. So I don't know if I could reach all the high notes like I did
Yeah.
when
No,
I
I'm just
played all the
saying.
time. And I do believe I could play the
Trying to
flute or the
Just trying
saxophone
to stay
too.
clean mind,
Yeah.
clean thoughts.
I do
No, I'm
believe I
saying, do you
could
think
play.
you could pick up the clarinet? It's the clarinet, not the flute. The clarinet. You think you could pick it up and play?
Oh
or at
yeah,
least-
some of the songs that I knew, like "Fiddler on the Roof."
Whatever happened to your clarinet? What did you do with it? Is it gone?
I think we gave it to Jillian
oh,
when she played
when she
in
started
high
playing.
school.
I wonder where it went to. It's probably gone now.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Don't know. I want to ask Zach too. Does he? Because when he was started with piano,
Mhm.
and then Fred got him his first guitar.
And the guitar came very easy to
It
him
did.
when
That's
he
why
went.
I'm wondering if he seemed like it was easy
And I
for
think
him.
it was because, but his piano teacher thought that he picked up piano very easily because really he had a little keyboard here to practice on from your mom.
For the longest time. That's all. Yeah.
And I didn't make him practice every day. She wasn't charging us a lot for lessons and I didn't push him. And I think that's why he stuck with it.
yeah.
Because I think if I would have made him practice for half an hour every day, it wouldn't have been fun to him anymore.
Yeah, there was
And-
times he didn't want to go, but he did, for the most part, he did go. And then I think he was glad he did go now.
Oh yeah.
He has a piano in his house that he
loves to
purchased,
just
and
sit down
he still
and
plays.
play.
He still plays. When he's at my mom's, he plays even though it's out of tune.
And
He loves
and it
playing.
made the transition to the guitar very easy. And so now he can play. I mean, in church he's played rhythm guitar, he's played acoustic guitar, he's played lead, he's played what else?
I don't
Bass.
know,
He's played
He played
bass.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's played
picked up-
almost any kind of
yeah.
guitar you could put him into any one, and it would probably come back to him.
I might ask him next time hopefully we get him over here. We'll, even if it's just the two of them, ask him what is his favorite instrument to play. To ask him that. Okay, so we're going to finish up with if you have a hectic day. If you have a hectic day, you might need some help to just get you through. So this is an ancient acupuncture move, and it doesn't involve needles, so we're good there. And this is to help stimulate your nervous system, which is, or it says meridian, how you say that? Which is the pathway by which energy travels through your body. Here's how you do it. Ready? Now, if you're having a hectic day, close your eyes Okay.
Mhm.
If you want to put down the mic and tries. So you close your eyes, you grasp the bottom of each earlobe between your thumb and forefinger. Okay, she's taking off her headset. So you close your eyes, grasp the bottom of your earlobe with your thumb and forefinger. Briskly rub them, moving your fingers from bottom to top and back again for 20 seconds, and then see how you feel.
What do you mean?
So
all
you're
the
just
way
going
from
up,
here, all
like
the
up
way?
and down
Oh,
your
just
earlobe.
here?
Yeah, just on your earlobe.
Well, because this is my earlobe.
Well, this is just saying your lobes, the bottom of each. So it's the bottom of each lobe, and just kind of. Actually, it's just the bottom. Like, and you go to the top and back again. I think that's what they're saying.
Like this?
Yeah, I think. Close your eyes, grasp the bottom of each earlobe between your thumb and forefinger, briskly rub them, moving your fingers from bottom to top and back again. Do this for 20 seconds, see how you feel.
Didn't do anything for me.
It didn't do nothing. Okay.
Didn't
Maybe you do that
relax
when you're
me.
ringing your ear. Maybe your ears are ringing. Just grasp your. Remember, you
Not
used to do
much.
those things on the back of your head? We tried all these things
Wow,
online.
we
Rub the back
tried
right here.
everything.
You take your fingers right, there in the back.
right here behind
and
your
it gets rid of the
ear
ringing in
here.
your ears. And what
Mhm.
happens? Terry's answering the phone every 5 seconds because it doesn't work.
No.
But
So
we
far,
tried.
nothing has worked
Nothing.
that I've tried.
These pills and stuff that you grab doesn't work. None of this stuff works. We could actually let's do one more and then we'll finish up. This is have you ever done anything gross to save money? Like the question was, you know what, we had some questions, had some good ones.
Okay.
What's the grossest thing you've ever done to save money? And so they asked this online, and one person said, and this was after thinking about it, it is kind of gross, but this person saves the excess milk from their cereal in the morning and they use it the next day and maybe the next day.
That is.
So you know, if you have like Cocoa
Puffs that turns
and
chocolate.
you turns to chocolate and you save the milk. So you pour the milk out.
And you have
into,
Cheerios the next
and then
day.
you put the Cheerios in it. Then it's got some chocolatey in it. Then if you get another day,
A peanut
you
butter.
had Apple Jacks.
Yeah. Then,
I don't know. That seems a little gross.
yeah.
One person said they eat rice with cinnamon for breakfast, rice with soy sauce for lunch, and rice with ketchup for dinner. If I was feeling very saucy, I would mix the soy sauce with ketchup. Is that gross? Do you like rice with ketchup? Soy
Rice,
sauce I'm used to because we always do the
stir fry.
stir fry stuff. So I'm kind of used to that. One person said that they drove from Washington to Alaska one summer. They bought a sleeping bag in Canada, used it every night for a month, then returned it on the way home. So, like, surprised they were allowed to let them. You would think it'd be
It
dirty
would look used.
if you used you would think. That's kind of gross. And finally, I picked popcorn buckets and drinks out of the trash at a movie theater to get refills for 25 cents. That's gross.
That's kind of gross.
You got to admit, that's pretty gross. Have you ever done anything like that you don't think is gross? I've never saved my milk for the next day.
I've never
I'd love
done
my
any
cereal.
of those
And I sometimes
things.
don't even drink the milk because it causes me a lot of
I
phlegm.
have known people to like buy fancy dress for Easter, Christmas, or for pictures, family pictures, leave the tags on them, go get the picture
I've
taken
heard that. Yeah,
and
for
take
sure.
them back
Yeah.
to save money. I mean, because you just really didn't have the money to spend on the dress, but you had the special occasion or whatever. So
Right.
you just tuck the tags in.
I
and
don't see
took
it.
it back.
Doesn't seem
you
that
know?
bad to me. Oh,
Yeah.
seems okay to me.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes to save money.
Yeah. I mean, that's a big way because I mean, the dress could be like,
It's not gross unless you sweat a lot.
yeah. Then it
Then it would be
then
kinda
you might
gross.
not be able to take it back because
You
you might
wouldn't think of
ruin.
sweat stains on it.
Yeah, if it had the stain on it, you wouldn't be able to take it.
Or
back.
it ends up at Gabe's. Because you said a lot of Amazon stuff ends up at Gabe's.
That's what they
told you.
said. They told me that they get a lot of Amazon returns in there.
Yeah. So
So
Who
you
knows?
think, everyone says, oh, I don't shop there or whatever. I would never, that's you have to look for holes in this, which you do. You have to because
Yeah.
you never know where it came from, but I mean,
Yeah, but you're still saving money.
yeah. I mean, you are, because something that'd be $50, $60 is going to be $19, and then they might even mark it down more than that
Right.
if it sits there for a while.
Yeah.
And I
So-
like what I like, so
Yeah, you know what you're looking for usually when you
Yeah.
go in there. You
I
know
mean,
what you want.
well, and when it comes to dressy occasion, like what we're looking for now,
yeah, this is different.
it's
It's a hit or miss for that one.
yeah.
We went to all kinds of stores.
But I would find, if I found one at Gabe's, I would wear it if I like it on me.
Yeah, if it looked and if it fit, yeah, you would.
But the problem right now is the color. Like right now, if I didn't have to pick a color, I would find
Yeah,
one.
you'd
I would
find
find one someplace
Yes.
from now until
Right.
then.
Yeah, we're looking for grape.
And I know I would. Yeah.
Grape is the
but if
color.
I didn't
The
have to
grape
have a
looks
certain
good
color.
on you. It's not that.
Because if I could wear a beige or a beige with a little bit of gold in it or
Yeah.
silver or something like that, and like right now would be the time to look, because right now everything from New Year's, but I wouldn't want something as flashy as a New Year's.
You're right.
Like I wouldn't want something full sequence. That's not the kind of event that is. You know what I mean?
right.
But I might find something that was not too flashy from New Year's right now on
I wonder where
clearance.
people go to find fancy dresses. I mean, do they go a certain place? They just order online, hope for the best? Because that's the thing we're having issues with. Is we'd like to do try on before you buy,
And
but
it's
even then-
online
and then the ones you want they don't have.
in my size to try on.
Then it takes 3
And then they
weeks
say,
to get here.
look at these other ones. And that one, I looked at the other ones, none
Yeah.
of them had a neckline like that. And that's
Right.
the whole point of that one is I want to see if I like that
Right.
neckline and on me. And they showed me all these other dresses that were similar. I'm like, what's similar about that? I'm looking at the neckline on it. I want to see if I like that neckline on me. And is it comfortable? Does it feel like it's going to fall down? I'm going to have a kid on my hip on and off all day. I'm going to be,
Yeah, because RJ and
We're
Laura
gonna
are in the
be-
wedding. So
yeah,
they're
and
not-
we're going to be leaning over, helping them with their plate of dinner. And we're going to
Yep.
be,
getting stuff on my
and they're going to want
shirt.
cake and cookies and stuff like that at the reception. And, so
Want to go home, play monster trucks.
we're going to have some monster trucks with us. And although we might get them to dance.
Yeah, it might be fun.
Especially
Yeah.
Beckett loves music. So
Yes,
we
he likes to
might,
dance.
I may be
This
slow
could be fun.
I might be slow dancing with him
Yeah.
in my arms
Or
out
fast
there.
dancing. He likes fast dancing.
Yeah.
We played DuckTales theme song 20 times the other day. He kept pointing at it and
And
trying
going,
to push the button.
I'm pretty sure he'll start going woo
Yeah.
pretty soon.
Won't be long. Hey, thanks so much for listening. Don't forget every Monday we have a new
Oh, are you
episode.
going to go over the
Yes.
questions?
Oh, yeah, I guess we can. Do you want to?
Yeah, we might as well.
All right. Let me get on my phone here. We ask a bunch of questions. By the way, being February is ice cream for breakfast day.
Ice
It's
cream
February
for breakfast.
1st. Is ice cream for breakfast day. That could be any day. Ice cream for breakfast. I just had these. It's funny. I just had that.
I
put
don't
out.
know. February's a cold month. That's not when I'd want my ice cream for breakfast.
It's also Play Your Ukulele Day on February 2nd. National Crepe Day. Don't tell Zach that.
No.
That's Sunday, February 2nd. He wants you to make crepes. It's National
Don't
Crepe
tell him
Day.
that he loves his crepes.
It's also Doggy Date Night. Is February 3rd. I almost said December.
Doggy date night.
Doggy Date Night.
Oh, don't tell Rigby that because he'll want his doggy date.
And it's also National Golden Retriever Day on the 3rd of February. Homemade Soup on the 4th. Weather Person's Day on the 5th.
The soup sounds right because
Yeah,
February's
February is
cold.
a good soup. What kind of soup?
Any kind of
What's your
soup.
go-to soup though?
Chili, probably. Chili, but I love tomato soup and grilled cheese sandwiches. I like a good stew. And we like our chicken and noodles. You
Okay.
like your chicken and noodles, right?
This was a funny question. Where were you 25 years ago on New Year's Eve, 1999?
Oh, we were here. We had everyone here.
I know you said we were here, and I just don't remember.
Oh,
being here.
yes, because it was Y2K.
I thought we were somewhere else because they didn't want to. Anyway, okay. You said we were here. All right.
I'm pretty sure
Okay.
we were here. And I believe everyone was here. I
Well,
believe Janet and Ralph was here.
Okay.
Bob and Dottie. Angie, Tim. I believe everyone was here.
One person, Carla said, I don't remember yesterday, so I don't remember 1999. I don't really remember either. John said my cousin's wedding. Janet says at our house, so she
Yes,
said the same thing
I
you
told
did.
you they
So,
were
okay.
all here. Yeah.
Penny was snowmobiling. Mona said the same thing. She remembers snowmobiling. Tracy said having a bowling party, about 15, 12-year-olds. And Gretchen said more than likely sleeping because I worked the midnight shift at the health center. So she was probably sleeping in 1999, which was a long time ago.
Because I remember everyone was worried about the water company shutting down or the electric just going off, and they were worried. And that's why. And I said, well, if we all got stuck someplace, it would be better here because we had more beds, and I could put people on couches, and we had a blow up mattress. And I've thought if the power went out or whatever, we were better off here.
Right. So we were,
And I had
apparently-
water, and I had guaranteed people that I had filled up milk jugs and Pepsi bottles with water so they could wash up and brush their teeth. And
well, apparently
the
we were
water
here,
was
so
shut
that's
off.
what it's saying.
mhm.
Second question, what job will you never do again? So you ever have a job, you remember a job that you had that,
Riding the Votech bus.
when you were in,
I didn't mind being at the Votech, but having to be on the bus going there.
going
and
there.
Coming back was the bus driver used to put the window down and blow it in my face in the middle of the winter.
Some of
I
these
did not
people,
like riding
When
the
they
bus.
answered these questions, had some very interesting jobs.
Trying to
Danielle
think if there's anything
was
else.
a call center. She said it was horrible. Susan said selling burial plots.
Oh,
That'd be a tough. I mean, people are dying to get in, but that's a whole different thing.
yeah.
You're trying to sell them beforehand, which as we get older, you start thinking about that stuff. Penny said removing brain stems from down cattle to send away for testing of mad cow disease. Matt
Ew.
says Pliger Plastics, which I can vouch for that one.
Yeah.
And then Brandy said being a security guard. So what job? When I asked, and then I finally asked, when do you start taking down your Christmas decorations? We took them down.
We take them down New Year's Day
Yes,
every year.
Matt said they took them down the day after Christmas.
Oh,
was
they
already
did it
gone.
over
Yep.
first. They did it really
Um,
quick.
Mark says done, so he already did it. John said after the 6th. Penny says usually when Joe threatens to throw in some landscaping around the tree in the living room. That way you just have to just throw a little mulch down. Tracy already did it, and Annette said mid-January. So for most people, they've already
Done it.
it's
You
already
do it New Year's Day almost every year.
We've always
Unless
done
we're
it.
not going to be home for New Year's Day. I think even the few times we went someplace for New Year's Day, we took it down before we went.
Yeah,
We got up early, took it down, went to dinner, and then came back.
right. So that's the questions for this week. Thanks for answering. Don't forget to subscribe every Monday. We have a new episode, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook or X at Just Talkin', TALKIN out loud. You can also text us. We'd love to hear from you. And keep answering those questions. And then you can also leave a message if you ever feel like it on SpeakPipe. And that's today's episode, and we're out.
Have a great week.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's show.